Everybody, and welcome back to the Illustrator Daily Creative Challenge. So today we are pretty actively having some technical issues. All of my hotkeys on my Streamlab are not working. So we're going to do it live. We're going to do it manual. So pretend if there's a weird screen that pops up, pretend that it doesn't exist and like this was a seamless transition. Hello, my name is Andrew Hockrattle. I will be your host and guide for the Daily Creative Challenges over the next... Let's see, I think we have 4 or 5 days left. So I'm very excited to continue on with these. They're a great opportunity for you to level up your skills in Adobe Illustrator. That's what we'll be working in today. We've been going through every single day a different location. We're learning, but through the context of a world tour. Hopefully it gives you something to remember and a way to lock in to the challenges. And hello, so many friends in chat. Mercurial, Nick, Terry, Girotima, always here. Nice to see you all. As always, let me know where you're watching from in the chat, and let me know your favorite spooky emoji. I'll put those in there, and I'm just feeling spooky this morning, so put those into chat, yeah, let me know. Let's get spooky. All right, so let's go ahead and hop over onto our main screen, which will be the button that I will push, which will be this one. Cool. This is behance.net/challenge/illustrator. This is where you go for all the daily creative challenges to catch up and to see everything that is going on. Each day we have a new challenge. You can click this button right here and you'll get a ding bell to remind you that there is a new challenge happening every single day. Hello from Michigan. Hi. Ooh, alien emojis. So here is where you get connected, and you can see that we have been to all kinds of destinations. We've been to Paris, we went to Sydney, we went to Melbourne, we went to the USA. Yesterday we were in Egypt making some pyramids with some brick patterns. And today we are heading to Brazil. How many people from Brazil? I know that we always have Brazil in chat, so let me know if you're from Brazil. Today we will be going into the rainforest, but we'll be making something for Carnival. So it's going to be very, very fun, and it's going to be a great time. We're going to play with a lot of colors today, and we are going to be in Illustrator, but I'm going to show you some awesome accessories and extra tools that you can leverage to find color schemes. I am the weakest in color. That's the weakest part of my design, but I can leverage the Adobe tools to help me out with that so that I don't have to work as hard, and so that my color schemes go from being like meh to being like huh. All right, so the other thing I want to tell you about is Adobe Max coming up October 20th to the 22nd, just a few weeks. Let's see, it's who knows what day it is, in just 14 days. Oh my goodness, it's going to be so exciting. All kinds of new announcements coming. In one of those, you can tune in with my friend Julia and I as we give you a first look at a new program that's coming. You can follow along and check that out at max.adobe.com. All right, so with that, let's go ahead and pop back. Nope, see, this is what happened. This is what happened, y'all. I knew that it was going to happen. There we go. And for those of you just joining us, we had some technical difficulties. We're doing everything manual by hand today, no shortcuts. So it's going to be fun and interesting. So today we are talking about colors and working with different color schemes. We're going to head to Brazil, and we'll be in the rainforest, but we'll be planning for Carnival. If you're from Brazil, let me know in chat, and I will see you back in just a minute on the next stop of our world tour. Good luck on this button, everybody. we are back and we are here in the rainforest of Brazil. That's right, hanging out. We saw some poison dart frogs, and as we were on an expedition, that inspired us to create some color palettes. The beautiful colors of the frogs that are located in this rainforest are gorgeous, absolutely beautiful, and so today we're going to leverage some tools to be able to push things together. Oh, I'm so sorry, we're getting Slack notifications. You know what? Blame Gus. That's Gus. So today we're going to be pulling some color schemes. It's going to be a great time. Let's go ahead and hop over into Illustrator, take a look at our challenge, and then we're going to pull some color schemes using some plugins that we can integrate into Illustrator, as well as pop over into some extra things like Adobe Color. So I'm going to mute these notifications for you. There we go. Got it. All right. So hopping over here, and thank you. Well, let's go ahead and look at my screen, which is the button that is right here. We are going to be today creating a custom color palette inspired by Brazil. Try using Adobe Color and CC libraries as you work. That's what we're going to do today, show you the workflow between all of those programs. And look at the colors. They're just perfect from Carnival. All black. This is how Carnival looks when I do it. All black. I've pulled this from Adobe Stock, which is a great resource for you to use. My challenge to you, if you want the extra credit, would be to design your own parade float. See what you can do, use a bunch of colors in it, and then use the techniques that we're about to show you to incorporate those colors into your float. You also can grab a float or some kind of vector from Adobe Stock to play along with this challenge. I'd love to see your own floats though. That'd be a fun thing. And when you're done with those floats, you can post them very easily on our Discord. And our Discord is the place that you can get connected right here, bit.ly/AI Discord. A lot of people are posting their work, and that's where we can see it, we can celebrate it, and we can give you some feedback. So taking a look, people are posting from yesterday, the Illustrator creative challenges, the pyramids is what we were working on yesterday. So make sure you check that out and make sure that you post your floats right there once you are done. So, all right, we're going to leave it on this screen for pretty much the rest of the time because things are wonky over on that screen. Let's go ahead and hop on over and look at how we're going to leverage some colors. So this is beautiful, but we want it to be a little bit of a different color, right? So we have been inspired, we said, by the frogs of the rainforest. So we're going to come over here and go to a great resource, Adobe Stock. Adobe Stock is an amazing place to grab some reference. So we're going to pull up, let's just do poison tree frog and see what we can poison tree front. Here I am not spelling frog. There we go. So let's look here and find some interesting frogs. So I actually really like this guy right here. So especially with the purples here, the colors that are happening here are gorgeous, in my opinion. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this photo, and we're going to come over to a powerful tool called, that's right, color.adobe.com. This is integrated into Illustrator. I'm going to show you how to do the color schemes in Illustrator in just a second, the integration. But I want to show you a tool that is to extract a theme. So simply what we can do is we can come over here and click on Extract Theme. And we are going to grab, oh boy, come on. This is what's been happening on the streams all week, everyone. We've had the most technical difficulties. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that picture of the tree frog, and I'm just going to drag it and drop it right here. And watch as Adobe Color works its magic, and it finds all of the colors and builds out a color scheme for us, right? Totally amazing. And so we can do bright, we can do colorful, we can do muted, where it finds the muted colors, the deepest colors in there. We can select all those options to find all the different colors. We're going to do bright because I think that this is a really fun color scheme. And from there, we are going to save it to our Creative Cloud library that we have created that is just called Colors Brazil. And from here, we're going to do Tree Frog. So we're going to go ahead and hit save. And now it is floating above us in a million tiny pieces, saving into the cloud, which we are going to use in just a second. You also can use this to extract gradients. The same thing, you can have the amount of steps that you want in the gradient, and it will pull all of those from the image and create beautiful, gorgeous gradients and color schemes for you. So that's great, but let's hop back over into Illustrator and take a look at what we want. So we want to incorporate some of that color scheme that we just created. We can come over here and click on our swatches panel up here. And from the swatches panel, we can click right here, and this is going to pull up Adobe Color. Oh my goodness. And so yes, that lavender is gorgeous. So with Adobe Color, it is pulling up all of our different colors. And there you go. You see it literally just synced to the tree frog from where we had created it in Adobe Color. And from here, we can do two things. We can either grab the shape and just eyedropper tool to all of these that we want. Or if we want to, we can take this and we can actually click on these little dots right here and go add to swatches. And that is going to add it over into our swatches panel so that we can use it in different ways. So this is looking great. Love this color theme that's happening here that we've pulled from that photo. And with all of these now selected, we can select the object that we want to change the colors of to apply our color scheme. And we can go to Edit, Edit Colors, and Recolor Artwork. So from there, check this out. There are way too many colors, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors, and this illustration that we have has a bunch of colors. Now, if you're working with an illustration with a bunch of colors, fear not, because the power of Adobe Illustrator, it is going to replace those colors, and it's going to keep the values, but shift the hues. So the hue is the color, the value is the intensity of that color. So check this out. Our tree frog is right over here, since we have synced it into our swatches panel. And we can simply click on this tree frog palette right here and watch what happens. It is going to pop all of those colors into this float. And you can see that it has both made two different versions of that green and then kept the shading for us. So again, it's keeping the values and just changing and shifting the hue. From there, we can click right here underneath and, oh, hold on. I almost set my mic on fire. I had a candle lit. All right. It's a rough stream today, guys. We're going to make our way through. All right. So from here, we can go ahead and we can click this button right underneath. And this is actually going to shuffle all of the colors. So the piece isn't looking exactly how we want it. We can click on this and it will continue to shuffle those colors, and you can see it's taking the palette of the tree frog and just shuffling them into the different shapes so that all of the pieces stay kind of consistent, but we're seeing different compositions. And you can see under here that it has subbed in all of those different values. So this looks pretty good to me, and we're going to hit OK. So there we go. It has OK and it has applied. So what we can do now is we maybe want to do another variation of this, right? And so we can actually leverage Adobe Color right in Illustrator. Yes, it is built in and it is integrated. So for our costume colors, we're going to do those manually, and we are going to integrate with Adobe Color themes. So we're going to click on the Create tab up here. And in the Create tab, we can do a whole bunch of things. We can choose the color rules. And so from here, you can choose monochromatic if we want it all to be one. We can choose a triad if we want a lot of contrast, complementary, compound. You can choose all of these different ways of picking color. So from here, we are going to choose a triad just because I like the way that the triad looks. And we can add these to swatches very easily from there. You can also click and drag, and it's going to keep that triad perfect where we want it. So I want something that incorporates a green, like a really nice, bold green. So something like this looks pretty good to me. Let's go ahead and drag that down. Actually, let's do something different. There we go. So right there, that's the color scheme that I want, inspired by Brazil, by the tree frogs. We have the red. I'd love to see maybe a yellow in there, so I love that this color is sitting. So this is our color scheme. Now, we didn't have to import any photos. We did this all manually, leveraging Adobe Color within Adobe Illustrator. And what we can do here is we can go ahead and add this to swatches. So we're going to click OK. Actually, let's name it. Let's do that. So this will be Tree Frog 2. tree frog 2. And we are going to click right here to add this to our swatches panel. So we click there, and it has now added all of the swatches. And down here, once we've named it, we can hit save, and it's going to save it to my color themes. We're going to save it to the colors Brazil that we've been using. And now across all of my Adobe programs, if I go to my themes, we'll see it show up in just a second here. And wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. There we go. Now it has the Tree Frog 2, the palette that we have created right there. So we can add that if we want. Same thing, it is now synced across the board to all of my Adobe programs. And we can simply, again, come through here and just click, and it will eyedropper those colors onto these squares. So now we're pulling a secondary color palette. Looking good. It's a little similar to the first one, actually. Oopsies. So we're just going to make a copy of our float. Let's put this guy up here, why not? And then we'll pull it up here so we have a nice and big one. And again, with this, we can select the object that we have. We can go to Edit, we can go to Edit Colors, and Recolor Artwork. Now, again, we have the tree frog, then we have the second one, and what it's going to do is it's going to take all of these hues and tones and again replace them into this new composition. So we click here, and then we can shuffle until the darks are dark and the lights are light, that we have a nice composition that we think is going to fit well. There we go, I like the blue. So we'll hit OK. Something else that we can do, and you saw there in the pop-up, is if we are playing around and trying to create a new composition, right? When we edited the colors and recolored the artwork, when we did our color palette right here, you can see that it added in all of these shadings, right? It's changed the different hues of this, or the different values. So we have down here a light red, a darker red. It's taken that red and kind of adjusted it to the shading of the actual illustration. So we can hit OK, and from here it's going to ask us, do you want to save changes to the swatch group tree frog? So we can hit yes. And I believe what's going to happen is it is going to save all of the different pieces that we have. So if we click right here with this selected, we can simply create a new folder, and we can do maybe tree frog with values. And what that's going to do is it's going to grab all of the values that have now been subbed in and created from this illustration, right? So instead of having just this color palette of the Tree Frog 2, we now have a full color palette of all of the different shading. So it's an expanded color range for you to incorporate. So something else that we can do that is a very powerful tool is we can actually check for any kind of accessibility, right? So let's go over to Adobe Color one more time, and let's look at our accessibility tools. So let's extract the theme. This looks good to me. And let's go over to the accessibility tools. So we've created these beautiful designs, but there's a problem. It's not accessible. So C and E are in conflict. Move the swatches on the color wheel to make colors distinct and colorblind safe. So it actually is telling us, hey, these are too close together, not colorblind safe. So let's go ahead and look at what it could look like for people that have some kind of color blindness. So with this one that I'm not going to try to pronounce, you can actually see what the audience would experience with color blindness. So really cool tool to be able to see what your audience is seeing and make sure that it is accessible for everyone. So you can see that these colors, the C and the E, look pretty much the same because it is that red-green color blindness. So from there, we can go ahead and we can fix that by just dragging this and finding a new color that has a little more contrast. And there we go, no conflicts found. Swatches are colorblind safe, and we have created a new signed off, colorblind approved, accessible color palette. So that's an amazing new feature that is integrated now into Adobe Color. There is more on the way, which is going to be very exciting. So Adobe Color, in my opinion, is like the up and coming next great thing to be able to extract, to be able to check accessibility, to be able to incorporate it into Adobe Illustrator. It is a super, super powerful tool. So let's go ahead and look at the schedule that's coming up for the rest of the day. Right after this, we have our friend Sarah Gear doing some mobile app design. And then Peter Del Tondo is here for the Adobe XD Daily Creative Challenge. That's going to be a fun one. And Alice Lee and Deborah Lee finishing out the day with some doodle therapy. So here's what we want to do. At the end of this challenge, I want you to come up with whatever your float is going to look like, and then maybe a couple color options, right? It could be pretty fun to incorporate a different color option. Maybe you pick a theme. So maybe we do a theme that is some kind of float that maybe it's carnival, maybe it's some kind of ocean float, right? So what we can do is, again, come into Adobe Color. We can grab maybe a more monochromatic and grab some blues, right? Look in there. And so we have this, and let's type this ocean. We save those colors into Brazil. And we're going to add those swatches right here. And again, super easily, you can grab whatever your float is. You can go to Edit, Edit Colors, Recolor Artwork, and simply click on that color theme. Let's hit OK, and there we go. Now I have a full blue. So what I want to see is whatever your float is going to look like. You can design your own float. You can use something from Adobe stock, but I'd love to see what the color schemes are. And if you're pulling from a photo, maybe even show me the photo as well to see how you got to that color scheme. That is the biggest cheat in the design industry, is to find a great photo that inspires you, that has the same emotion that you want, that has the color story and toning, and then just use this to pull those colors out and extract the color story, because it will help you communicate the same emotions and the same feelings that you're seeing within that photo. So play around, get a little bit crazy, and make some different versions of your float and show me these awesome color schemes that you're working with. Maybe we can share these. Maybe if you're walking through our Discord and you see one, you can incorporate it into your work later on by using the Adobe Color plugins, and then creating and syncing those palettes to the Creative Cloud so that you can always check out your themes. So if there are more that come in from our friends, you can go ahead and pop them in here and maybe make an Adobe DCC folder that you can get a whole bunch of new color palettes from. So where you can get involved is going right to here. There we go. bit.ly/AI Discord. That's where we're hanging out and where we are going to be reviewing and posting all of our challenges. Today, color schemes abounding. So make sure that you check those out. You can see what people are making right here. We have some people that are putting in the turtles from our Simple Shapes Day, some gorgeous flags, a butterfly. So you can actually maybe go back and work on something that you have done in the past day and incorporate new colors into that, which could be very, very interesting. So chat, let me know. We have more daily creative challenges coming up a little bit later this month. Let me know what else you would want to hear and what else you would want to learn while incorporating these new techniques into Adobe Illustrator. If there's anything that you're curious about, and especially with Max coming up, hopefully there will be some new stuff that we can talk about. We'll see what happens. So one more thing that I want to show you in here is this Explore tab. If you're having trouble finding a photo, if you're having trouble picking out your own colors, you can go to All Themes, and it's literally just going to pull in all of the different color schemes that other people are saving to Creative Cloud. So you can come in here and maybe look at the most popular. Ooh, a stony beach. This is gorgeous. And so if I like this, Firenze, I love this theme. I can just add it to my swatches super easily. And again, we can use the edit colors to come over here and create a nice composition using this color scheme. So there we go. So you can leverage the power of what other people are working on and discovering with their color schemes right here within Adobe Color. If you're looking for something and you need a color scheme, so maybe you need something that is in the orange category, you can literally type in orange and it's going to pull up everything that fits within that orange category. So you don't have to think about colors anymore, because we as a world, as a collective, and as a creative community are making those palettes for us. So you can leverage all of that in Adobe Color. Hopefully you guys are learning something today. You are exploring the Adobe Color themes that are integrated into Adobe Illustrator, and hopefully I'll see you again at 11:30 tomorrow for our next daily creative challenge. I believe tomorrow we are heading out to India, I believe. We'll be working with some Transform Again tools as well as some rotations around a circle. So come back and check that out, and I will see you all again on the Adobe Creative Challenge for Adobe Illustrator. Bye.